like, hurry up. I know you're slow for a lot of reasons. Don't worry, I love you, you too. That's why I'm here. Awesome. Alrighty. Sorry, guys. That was crazy. I sat here for a couple minutes trying to get this going. I hope everything's working. I know. I start every single live stream saying, I hope this is working. And people don't like it, but there's not much I can really do about that because I am new to this. So please say hi when you get here. And I just want to talk about a few things. So I'm just going to give people a little bit of time to jump on because I'm just sitting here talking to myself right now. Hold on. I know. My video, as you noticed, I figured it out. Hopefully I figured this whole thing out, guys. I know. I'm proud of me too. I'm proud of me too. So, what am I doing here? Why are we watching this crazy person just sitting here? I'm sorry if you don't know me. My name is Beth, or Queen of Spade, and sorry. Why is this being silly right now? I am a YouTuber here, kind of, I guess. You could call me a YouTube. In a way, a YouTuber. So I had a little issue the other day, and I've had some things happening, so I just wanted to talk about them. And I figured I'd jump on. Again, I'm sorry. I'm trying to learn how to live stream. So I'm sorry if this sucks, guys. What can I say? I'm trying to be better here. You know, it'll be a process, but we got this. We got this. We're all going to learn together and do this together. And, you know, I actually know that I have some people watching me who are thinking of starting up their own channels. So, yeah, watch me. And this is the process. Just watch my mistakes and then maybe you can do it better. So, thank you so much for watching this. Whoever out there does watch this ever. I say a lot. I'm Canadian. Again, Trudeau. I'm sure you've heard his speeches. So I have been trying to get information about, first let's talk about Tom Brooks. Because, you know, we are an anti-MLM channel here, and Tom Brooks is the real thing we want to talk about. So I haven't heard anything from him since he and I got into our argument and I did my video, which I know it was a long video, and I'm sorry, guys. I had some people that were like, it's so long, why didn't you edit it? And I was like, because it was my first ever live stream, and so I just posted it. And I had actually posted up like a highlight because I realized that not everyone was going to want to watch the whole thing. So I tried to do a highlight that had like the meat of the video in it. But again, I'm new, so it's hard. But I hope I did all right. Could have been better, could have been worse. So basically, Tom Brooks still has me blocked. Oh, no, that's like way too late. But yeah, I can't find him on Instagram at all. So what's been going on is I have some fabulous viewers who have not gone and yelled at him and then gotten blocked, because I've also had some of you do that, which has been, yeah, okay, it's kind of funny, but let's not go scream at Tom. We don't want to go yell at Tom, right? That's kind of a thing here. I'm against actually bullying the people. We don't want to do that. So refrain from doing that. And what I want to talk about is doing a lot of research into this whole Tom thing. I've realized, and some of you guys have told me that watch the show as well, you've been like, hey, Beth, just so you know, apparently he's been trying to hide his occupation, whatever he does for a living, for a while. The press has been asking him about it, and, you know, everyone's kind of like, how do you make money? How do you survive? You were just kind of like on 90 Day Fiance, and there's some talk about him almost kind of being, I've heard him getting called a catfish. I've heard people talking about how they felt like he lied to Darcy and didn't ever really have a career or anything. Again, what I'm gonna do, Lord help me, I'm going to have to watch this show. I'm gonna have to watch it so that I can get to know Tom, because I hear that Tom's kind of a jerk. I'm sorry, Tom, but that's what I'm told. You're a jerk a little bit. So I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to get all of my fabulous viewers who have offered to follow Tom and screenshot anytime he promotes this and send it to me. Yes, I will take that. And again, I'm going to keep on diving deeper into this, and we're going to find out exactly how he's connected to it, you know, and maybe if anyone out there knows if people have signed up under him, or if any of you out there maybe have signed up for this company under him and you want to come talk to me about it, please do. If you're in the company, I won't hate on you. I legitimately want to know if he's signed people up already and what that has been like, if that makes sense. So I promise I won't throw spade at you for being in an MLM. If you're in oregano, no, it's not oregano. Oregano Gold. If you're in Oregano Gold and you come talk to me and you are, you know, a downline of Tom's, I will be cool with you. We can have a chat. I won't throw too much spade. I won't even mention it. I just strictly want to ask you questions about the recruiting process, what made you want to go about it. You know, like, was it the fact that it was Tom Brooks that was promoting this? Things like that. Also, if you've bought the products, please do come talk to me. I want to know. I want to hear from people out there, because something tells me there's some people out there that have been buying the products or joining the team, and we need to know. So I'm going to keep on diving into this Tom Brooks thing. Don't worry, we're not over with it. I'm taking that on as my big project. Now, the next thing on the docket. Some of you may have noticed I did an Onision video. I was learning how to live stream and how to share it to YouTube. I'll be honest. It wasn't even really my intentions to really do a Onision video and like put it out to the world. But then, like I said, I was kind of like, you know what? I'm going to do it. It should be fine. And maybe he will claim it if he comes across it, and we'll figure it out and we'll see what it says about him. So what happened was I put out the video, and it was out for, well, it was out for a good several hours before, you know, he copyright striked me. Now, here's the funny part. So I go on to my YouTube, and I go into, like, there's the dashboard area, and there's all these places you can go and check out your channel. If anyone out there makes videos, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't make videos and maybe don't go in there, it's basically just a whole area where you can just keep track of how people find your channel, the viewers you get, and everything to go along with it, all your videos. It's how you upload your videos. You have like a studio, etc., etc. So I go into that area, and I was actually checking out my videos. So the first thing I clicked on was videos, and I of course saw the words copyright underneath it, the Onision video. So I'm like, oh God. So I go and I check my channel, because at that time I thought that there was two different copyright ways from my understanding of like my research and the tutorials. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, you can either copyright my video and pick areas in it that like I can edit out and it should be fine, or you are copyright striking my channel, which I'm not even fully familiar how that process goes about, or how that's a worse thing, or how that works. But it appeared to me, I at least could understand that there's like 2 different ways to strike someone for content kind of thing, right? I got that much. So the first thing I thought is I got to go check my channel, because there's an area that says like, how good is your channel doing? And is it doing well, or is it doing crappy? Essentially, like, do you have copyright strikes? Have you had videos reported? That kind of thing. So I go in there, and sure enough, big X, you have been copyright struck. So, of course, that explains my video I did where I was like freaking out. I was pretty mad on Instagram as well over it. You can follow me on Instagram at Beth, B-E-T-H, Queen of Spade, like my channel name, although with no capitals. I don't know if that matters or not, and if I even need to say that, but I just always do, just in case. Anyway, sorry. So I freak out because I'm kind of like, my channel's brand new. It's 2 months old. And also, like, don't I need to have a couple copyright claims before I get a strike? Because that's what I thought. I don't know. If anyone out there knows more about this and you want to maybe help me out if I'm wrong in my understanding of this, I am a really good person to come and say, hey, yo, you need to, this is actually how it goes. So that's my understanding. So I'm kind of freaking out. I have a copyright strike. What the hell do I do? Well, I'm thinking they're going to email me the reason. Everyone that has ever had one from him, which is a hell of a lot of people. Onision, can you stop claiming people's videos all day long? It's sad. So I went on and I checked the video. Oh, 1 second. Husband's going on. So I come home and I check the video, and basically what happened is, or I check my email, and basically what happens is I find the email in there, and it's a message that says that yes, he is the one that had copyright claimed the video. But at the very beginning of the email, the first sentence I read is, this video has a copyright claim on it, but this is not a copyright strike. So then I'm confused because I went and checked on my channel, like double checked, and yeah, you get like this X, it's hard to explain, but you get this, it's literally a big X thing, and it'll be like copyright strike, like you're done. So, well, I think you can have like a few before they shut down your channel, my understanding. But that's kind of why it's a thing, because people that do make Onision videos, it's like, what, you can only make 3 if he does copy strike you, and then your whole channel shuts down. It's weird. So I'm kind of sitting there and I'm going, okay, so it's not a copyright strike, but it's shown up as one on my channel. And I'm so new. I'm like, oh my God, now what do I do about that? Like, it's not like I can, like, what do I do about that? So I of course, I read the email and I click on everything to find out all about it. And sure enough, it says, yes, who is it claimed by? Onision. And so there's an area to click on the email where, it pops up my video. And it shows me the spots of my video that he claimed. So he actually sat down, watched my whole video, and then was like, oh, I want her to take out this little piece and that little piece. And then he wanted me to take out like the whole end. If you saw the video already, you can like go watch it again and you'll see what was taken. I'm sure you'll notice the difference in it. And if you haven't seen it before now and you watch it, it's probably choppy. Because this is what happened. I was just like, you know what? We'll just edit it out then. I'm sorry if it's choppy, but if he's going to try and claim parts on the video, I'm not even going to give him the satisfaction of any more attention over it. This is probably the last time I'll ever actually be discussing this on my channel much, because I'm not going to be making many Onision videos. The only thing I'm worried about again is his children. The Chris Hansen investigation. I'm wondering why their duty to report hasn't made it so that, you know, they use their connections. You'd think the FBI and Chris Hansen would have connections to the CPS in Washington to help get his kids out. So the only thing that I'm kind of like whatever about is I was like, fine, you want me to just take these parts out? To be honest, I was kind of thankful he didn't copy strike, because I don't really know what that means. So I was like, I guess I'll just take those parts out and then we should be totally good. Sorry guys, like my husband just got home from work. I had to like go let him in. My daughter's in her room because we went on a field trip and stuff today, and she's all tired in her room watching a show, so you might hear them in the background. Sorry, you know, hashtag mom life. I know I am one of those bitches. I'm sorry. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll take the part out, put the video up, and then I'm just not going to deal with him anymore. But I am saying, this is all I'm going to say about this, because I like Chris Hansen. I do. I'm not really trying to throw spade at Chris Hansen. The only thing I don't understand, like I said, is they have connections. They have connections at the CPS in Washington. It'd be very bizarre to me if the FBI that opened the investigation and Chris Hansen didn't. And to me, these kids are in danger. I feel like a lot of us feel like they're in danger. And I'm going to watch it again and again and again. But I swear that, you know, in that live stream podcast thing of him and Regina, you know, she spoke about how she didn't want people to call CPS and how like they needed to get the kids out, and she's been voicing that, you know, she wants to help get the kids out and whatnot. And my whole thing is, why wouldn't Chris Hansen call CPS to get the kids out? And I don't think the kids have left, because I feel like Onision would have told us if his kids got taken. There's no way that guy wouldn't have put out a video called, "You guys took my kids." Like, he loses Patreon and he makes, actually, you know what? I regress, because I wouldn't be surprised if him losing Patreon would be worse to him than him losing his kids. Like, now that I really do say it. Like, sometimes when I'm talking, I kind of stop mid-speech and I'm like, wait a minute. What you're about to say may actually not be the case. Whatever. It's kind of what I was like, wait, he might actually be more upset about the Patreon. I regress. But I feel like he would have let us know. There would have been a tweet, there would have been a video, there would have been something in the world that said that we had his kids taken from him. Because it's never his fault. Like, he doxes Billy, he gets his Patreon shut down, and it's all, you just had to shut down my Patreon, guys. And I can't stand this, like, blaming his viewers and, like, everybody else for it. I feel like if you're making a video, when you're talking to your camera, you're talking to your viewers. You're not yelling, to me, you're not yelling at the people that are also creators. I don't know. So when he makes those videos, I'm like, are you talking to Repsion and Jacqueline Glenn? No, like, you're talking to everybody who watches your videos. So can you please just be nicer to them? Without people watching you wouldn't be here. It's kind of something that irks me about some people on this platform, is they kind of forget about the viewers. Viewers are the most important part of being on YouTube. If you don't have the viewers, guess what? You don't have anything. You could put out 1 million videos, but if nobody watches it, like, what are you doing? Are you just making them for yourself? I mean, if you are, that's cool. I'm not throwing spade at that. But for the most part, we like to have other people watch them. And when people start watching them, you get excited, you get happy. It's like building a community. And it just goes to show how little respect he has for his community. by putting out videos like the ones he has been, with like screaming and yelling and puking up blood. Who wanted to see that? I don't even think his fans wanted to see that. And that's just, you know. And can I say that the day after he copyright struck my video, I know it had nothing to do with me at all. It really didn't. But it did kind of freak me out, because he came out with a video the very next day where he's talking about how he's getting a job at McDonald's. If you don't know, I'm Canadian. And he goes on this whole spiel about how he's going to be going to the Canadian McDonald's, and then is all like, how do I have the wrong application? And I couldn't help for a minute but be like, no. I'm not that conceited. And then I kind of like tweeted an Instagram note. I was like, if you come to the Canada McDonald's here, I'll move to the US. I don't care if Trump's president, I'll move there. I'm sorry, I guess I'd rather deal with Trump as my president than deal with Onision living in the same country as me. And that's that. But I'm not going to be throwing spade at Chris Hansen. I really feel like people aren't caring enough about the children and getting them out quick enough. We don't know where they are. They could be in the next room when he's making those videos. And like, I'm a loud bitch when I make my videos, and my family tells me to like keep it down. I don't know how big his house is or anything like that. So like that might play a role too, I admit. But it still irks me, like, you're making videos like that, having mental breakdowns like that, even if it is a little bit played up for acting purpose. I don't need drama purpose. Played up for pity? Played up for pity. Hey? Yeah. What do you think? I feel like that's a good way of putting that. He played it up for extra pity, and, you know, like, his mental breakdown made it look like super bad. Like, because he was coughing up fake blood. It's not real blood that he coughed up. That was fake blood. I'm sorry, Onision, but you're going to have to do a little bit better than that if you want to trick us. So it just kind of made me laugh, because then literally the next day I go on there, and actually one of my friends was like, you know, he's saying he's going to get a job at Canada McDonald's. And I was like, no, he's not. And then I went and watched another Onision. Yeah, I tortured myself for the third one ever. And I watched that one. And I was like, she wasn't joking. He actually did fucking say that. Yeah, Onision isn't going to care about anything. Onision is a narcissistic sociopath, and for him everything is a game. He doesn't even understand the seriousness of what's going on. But then at the same time, I'm kind of like, Chris Hansen and the FBI need to hurry up if they are doing something, because him being a narc, the longer it takes, the worse this is going to get. Because the longer it takes, he's gonna think he's really clever, and he's like stooped everybody, and that's why it's taking so long for them to come. He's already been all like, oh yeah, you think the FBI is gonna come get me, basically, right? Like, mocking it. So no, he's not taking it seriously, and it's not good. It's gonna breed into his narcissism even more, which is kind of what scares me about the kids being there. I mean, no offense, Kai, but you're a big boy. You'll be fine. But the kids, and I don't know how much Kai would protect the kids. There was a live stream where the kids were screaming and yelling for her or him. I don't remember at the time what you went by, Kai. I'm sorry, since, you know, apparently you guys watch my videos. And I'm not trying to misgender, I promise. That is something I advocate heavily for the LGBTQ community. I'm in it. I'm a bisexual myself, so I'm definitely not doing that. It's just, I think you might have been maybe not, but yeah, actually maybe not, because it was a few months ago. I've had a really hard time keeping track with what gender you are, and I don't remember when you were fully male, so I'm sorry if I've misgendered you in any way when you watch this, since again, apparently Onision's gonna watch my video. So no, I'm not trying to do that. I love trans people a lot. I have a lot of trans friends, actually, and so that's why I always say that. Like, please don't get mad at me, guys, when you watch this. So, the whole thing is there was that live stream a little while back, and people heard the kids yelling, "Mommy," and Onision yelling. I have shit hearing. My hearing, I'm going deaf. I have all kinds of problems with my hearings, my adenoids, my sinuses. That's why I'm so nasally. And then when I have a cold, it's worse. Sorry, I apologize for my voice. I've heard it's a problem. So, the laugh is probably more of a problem, though, guys. Let's be real. I apologize for that, too. So, the whole thing is, like, that irks me. Like, there's been times where people have called CPS on them before. And so I feel like, especially now that we know that the kids were around for all the stuff that's been going on in that house, I really just think that Chris Hansen and the FBI have to have connections. And if this investigation open, it is true, they have a duty to report. And if you neglect that duty, like, you get in shit. You can lose your job. You get in trouble. So my whole thing is, I don't know about, I'm looking into it. I'm Canadian. So here, like, you'd be in big trouble if this was going on and you were investigating this and CAS wasn't already contacted and hadn't already gotten the kids out of there, I believe. Because it's been weeks now that this investigation's been going on. So it's like, how long do you wait with kids in danger before you pick up the phone and call CPS in the US? I don't know. I would hope it wouldn't be this long, though. So can we, like, at least do that? And then I've had people say, well, he's innocent until he's proven guilty, and that's why they can't just go and take the kids. That's not how child welfare works. Unfortunately, and from my understanding, especially in the USA, it actually works the other way around. They'll come and they'll apprehend the children, and then you'll have to prove that you're fit and that you should have them. So that's the only part that sits wrong with me. I don't understand. And as a mother myself, this entire thing, all I think about is, but what about that 2 kids that they have? Like, it floors me that they're even parents, if you want me to be honest. I can't believe that that man is a dad. Like, he's the same age as me, and I don't understand him as a person who exists. Like, I don't get it. But, and that's the other thing. See, that's the other thing. Who knows if they have a lawyer? Onision does have a lawyer from when he fucked up the wetlands and had to go to court. I don't know if he'd be able to use the same lawyer for this kind of stuff, because this would technically be criminal, and that would have been, I believe, a civil, right? Wouldn't that have been civil in the U.S.? I believe it would be here. So I'm thinking it would have been like a government civil case. So it would be 2 different. So it depends what kind of lawyer he has. Like, some lawyers do all, some lawyers are only for one area. So he could be using that same lawyer, or he could not be able to, because that lawyer only does civil cases, who knows, and he'd have to hire a criminal attorney for this. And honestly, if I were him, I would have already done so, because I would have wanted to know what I could put out there, because as you've brought up, he's an idiot and he keeps... But the thing is, it kind of bothers me about this all being on podcast interviews too, because it's not like we can take these podcast interviews with Chris Hansen and then put them in the court of law and use them as the victim statements for evidence. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that those podcasts couldn't be used as evidence against Onision in the courts if he did get charged for this, and Kai got charged for this, and they ended up like going to jail and having to go through the court system and like tried to plead not guilty, which I have a feeling they would. And that's a good point. So how about the kids though? How does he set playing games all day on Twitch? He was taking care of the kids. I'm a dad off today, and I have this playing only because my child is now. And that's the thing. I went on a field trip all day with my daughter today, and then we came home, we spent some time together, and then she wanted to relax in her room. So then I started this podcast, and now I knew my husband was going to be home like any minute. So now my husband's come home and he's got her. He'll take care of her while I just finish this up. He's supportive like that. So I don't know. That's part of my issue. All this guy does is the internet. And it's not even the type of internet like, listen, I'll be real. I do a lot of Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I'm sure y'all seen it. If you're on my Instagram or my Facebook or my Twitter, I'll be on it throughout the day. And I admit my daughter will be playing on the floor sometimes, and I'll jump on and respond to a post. You're allowed to do that. That's okay. But I can't do a live stream or even make my videos with her around. I have to make my videos when she's at school, and then I edit it like in the evening while she's relaxing. She likes to have alone time, so that's when I'll do it. Or after she's in bed for a couple hours, I'm editing. I have to work around my daughter's schedule, and that's all I think about it as well. And it's become more apparent to me since being on YouTube, because I've been doing things like getting into live streams and having to promote my videos and then, make them, edit them and all that. A lot of time goes into just having a channel. It looks like, all of a sudden a video's just up or a live stream goes up, but I even had to like set all this up before I went live, Like, it takes some time. There's a lot of work behind the scenes if you really want to do this, which I do. I plan on being here for a long time. I feel like this is kind of my thing. So, correct me if I'm wrong. No, actually don't. No, actually, yeah. Tell me if I need to improve in places. I like hearing about that. But see, so that's my thing. The last, couple months, I've started Canada Thanksgiving. I think it was October 12th. I put up my first video. I should probably know that off by heart. That's fucking awful. Like, seriously though. But I've released quite a bit, I feel, in the last couple months. Like, I've been pretty steady, and I've been really trying to get into a schedule and keep the schedule and definitely get my videos out on time, because I know some of you guys, for some reason, love watching me, and you've set notifications and stuff. And if I'm 2 minutes late with a video, you're like, where's your video? Or you're like, hey, it's 10 o'clock on Friday. You have a video going right now? I get that sometimes, which is weird. It's weird to have other people hey, you have your videos. I'm going to share a video on Reddit the other day. Somebody had already shared my video on Reddit, and I was like, and the poor guy, if you ever watch this, I apologize to you, but the person who ran that Reddit wrote me back, and they were like, this is a repost, and I was like, I think you're insane, because this is my video, and it can't be, because I just made it yesterday. What do you mean? And they write me back, and they're like, no, it's a repost, and they link it, and I thought maybe he made a mistake, because in the moment I was like, what? So I wrote back and I was like, but it's my video. And I guess I wrote back a reaction. So I'm sorry. And then I click on the link, and sure enough, up pops my video that somebody had shared. And so thank you. But I was like, oh, okay. And then I had to write back and be like, I am so sorry. To be honest, this is the first time that I've ever come across somebody else sharing my video. So it was just, I almost just didn't believe that it had happened. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't want to ever watch Onision on Twitch because I think I will get sick. I can't scroll through Onision's Twitter. I can't read it. I tried the one day, and there's a couple of YouTubers who I absolutely adore who have done some Elise, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. She's British, and she did a hilarious read of his Twitter, which is the only way that I know, because to be honest, if I sit there with it and I go through because of my PTSD, I can't just sit there reading it myself. So what I did is I watched her do a video where she does a read of his gross Twitter. But of course she adds her comedy in, and she was actually sick and had like this raspy voice and was joking about how it worked, and she's awesome. If you like Onision content, like, and you aren't subscribed to her, go find her. It's ALIZE, I believe is how you look her up. I don't know. Now I feel like I have to go check. I'll check, and then I will post her to, I'll probably just post it on my Twitter. Actually, I'll just post the video on Twitter because it was such a good video of it, and it made it so that I at least could get through it, know what he was saying on Twitter, and not get sick. So, you know, not like she'd ever watch this, but, you know, thanks, girl. At least I could, you know, research that part of this, being like, okay, I can know what he's putting on Twitter without getting ill. Here we go. So there was that. And sorry, I don't know if there's a chat, and I'm reading my chat. For anybody that watches this in future and just sees me sitting here staring off. So, he's not helping his cause except for saying he hates anyone under 18, but that's not exactly true, is it? Also, his fans are mostly 13 to 17. Yes. He's a train... Well, see, and that's the thing, is... I feel like part of this Onision thing is that he is like a train wreck, and people do like to watch it, and people like to make videos on it and react to it, and they like his reactions in a weird way, and it kind of like breeds itself. And yeah, we need to just stop giving him any attention. That's why I don't even want to talk about him anymore, to be honest. I don't want to talk about it, not on my channel. I don't want to watch him on my channel because I don't want to give him the view. Thank you for giving me a view, Onision, on my video about you. I do appreciate your view. I will say that because I appreciate every view I get. Seriously, every single view I get, I appreciate. And it's not only because I'm so new that they all count. It's also just because, like, just the fact that one person sits down and watches me makes me happy, you know? Especially if you watch all the way through to a video, I'm like, hell yeah. Because a lot of my videos, especially the ones with the cartoons in them, the anti-MLM ones, yeah, if you haven't seen those yet, check those out. I try to do things a little different because I get there's a lot of that anti-MLM Reddit and React stuff out there. It can get pretty the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I try to do it different. I try to like throw in cartoons, and I try to get my own stuff and not just take the stuff off the anti-MLM Reddit, because most of my viewers are on there, to be honest. I know you guys like see it. So it's like, then I'm going to make a video. Yeah, I'm sure you want to watch me react to some of them, so I do throw in a few. But for the most part, I think you guys want to see new Hunbot material when it comes to that. And so I'm going to get back into that. I'm definitely diving into this Tom Brooks thing because I think I got some with that. We really need to find out more about that, especially with Organo Gold being here in Canada. I just want to find out more about it as a company as a whole. I feel like even in that video, the website and us looking at the website wasn't good enough. I'm gonna like really, really research it. Again, I'm gonna have to, just like I had to torture myself and watch Onision again, talking about coming here to Canada to work at McDonald's. Please don't come here, Onision. Please don't come to Canada. I don't care. Actually, I can't say that. That would be an awful thing. I was about to say, I don't give a fuck what you do for the rest of your life as long as you don't come to Canada. And for anyone else, it would have been fine to say that. But then I realized who I was about to say that to and what it would mean. And I just had to, no, Beth, we're not doing that. Don't tell him that. Don't say that. So just don't come to Canada. Move to Mars. I hear it's a lovely planet. You should just jump on a jet and go. I bet you think you're smart enough for NASA. You could do it. Imagine Onision fucking trying to walk into. I can't with this. This thought process, just like that sentence, has to end because just no. That would be horrible. Oh my God. They would be like, get out of here, groomer. So I'm just going to probably update and talk about Onision more so on my Twitter like I usually do. If you don't follow me on Twitter, what is my Twitter? I think it's at Queen Bee Gibbons 01, but I got to double check now. Because I've had 3 Twitters. Funny story. So as most people know, I was a Hunbot, which is partially why I do these videos. I got saved by them, and I like to make anti-MLM content in hopes I'm going to save someone like how Q-Star and Illuminati saved me. And so, I had a Twitter several addresses and phones ago when I was doing It Works. And well, not several addresses, a couple addresses ago and a phone ago. And I was doing my MLM posts, 1,000 million times a day. Literally had you anti-MLM people come and shut down my Twitter because of it. I was such a Hunbot that the anti-MLM community was like, no, we're straight up just shutting this bitch's Twitter down. She's such an annoying Hun. She's gotta go. And you guys reported my posts and reported my posts and reported my posts forever. Sorry. And so I was just, I just thought that was really funny. And that's one of the reasons why I say to people to don't go attacking them. Don't go being mean and attacking them. You don't have to, report them. Report their sponsored ads. But just, don't, I don't know, try to be classy with it. It could be a lot. Don't be mean to them. A lot of them are manipulated into it. So yes. My Twitter is at Queen B, the letter B for Beth, Gibbons, so Gibbons 01. And I'm on there as Queen of Spade. You'll see my I am not good at this. My spade. You'll see her. So yeah, if you do want to follow me on there, and then I'll be talking about Onision on there. Twitter's kind of like my Onision discussion place. I follow Repsian and Jacqueline Glenn and a lot of the YouTube creators more on Twitter than on Instagram. Because to be honest, I went off Instagram for a very long time because of the Hunbots. Because then when I came back on, they were still there, but then I was making content, so it was okay. And I wanted their posts then. So yeah. So I follow a lot of them on Twitter, and I follow a lot of the parody Onision accounts and things like this. There are entire Twitter accounts used of accumulating evidence against Onision. People keep saying things to me like, it takes a long time to gather evidence on him. Again, you don't need all that much evidence to have CPS go investigate and remove the children from a dangerous situation. I believe it happens all the time with little evidence. So why is it being dropped, the ball being dropped with it here? And again, entire Twitters, entire websites, entire YouTube channels, sorry guys, literally dedicated, completely dedicated to all the information about Onision, all the child grooming he's done, all the tweeting he's done, any posts he's ever made, anything he's ever done in his forums. I know that Repzion had disk drives full of information on him, and I'm sorry, but he would have handed those over to Chris Hansen probably like right away. I feel like he's not dropping the ball with this. It's not Repzion and Blair's fault that things are taking a slow time. And I get that it takes time and that they might need some time to make sure that they have the evidence all together and it presented in a decent way. I understand that. I'm not saying anything about that. But then I kind of am, because my whole thing is, I have seen YouTube channels present literally a bazillion pieces of evidence against him. And I mean, those YouTubers kick ass for doing it. It's a lot of research. You are researching years of this man being insane if you're doing like a deep dive video on him, which there's tons of them out there. So God bless anyone that dove into that man and looked at everything he was and survived it and then made a video. But this is my thing. I'm like, how come these people that do YouTube, no offense, but they spend 3-4 months gathering evidence and researching, and they can come up with an amazing video with everything laid out, and then Chris Hansen's entire team and all of the FBI need weeks upon weeks? I mean, no offense, but if he wasn't doing all these podcasts, I might not be as upset about it. My whole thing is, someone actually just kind of brought up a very good point in my comment section here. All these videos about Onision, it's just made him more famous. Personally, I find it hilarious. And that's kind of my thing. And my thing is, maybe if Chris Hansen and the FBI are doing investigations, he shouldn't have continued. I don't know why he did a podcast on it. I get why he did the podcast with Repzion and Blair White. I just don't get why he did the ones with the victims. I don't know. There's something that just, I feel like it's like for views and it's for clout, and there's something that irks me, because like I said, it's not like those videos, from my understanding of the court system there, it's not like they can actually be used as evidence or as a victim's like testimony or statement. So these girls are now, after reliving it through his podcast, which I'm sure wasn't the best experience, if they are going ahead with this investigation, now they're going to have to do it again in a court of law, because he probably will plead not guilty. I mean, he doesn't think he did anything wrong. So I just don't understand that piece of it. It makes me just kind of wonder, like, if we're actually caring about really charging him and saving the kids, or if it's also to get the stories out there. Because here's the thing, I'll be real with you. I love drama too and stuff, and I've been following this, but I would have been absolutely fine with only Repzion and Blair's interviews And then Chris Hansen just coming on and explaining to us that he is looking into Onision and that he would be discussing with the victims, getting their statements with the FBI, and that they would be going forward with an investigation. And then that was it. I don't think that we deserved to know. And I get sharing your story helps, but no offense, these girls also, a lot of them have their own platforms and they have been sharing. Like, I get that Chris Hansen's this big name and can get it out there, but it's like they had their own story. They could have just done it on their own. They have been sharing about it. They didn't need to go on a podcast with Chris Hansen, and we were not entitled to their stories and explanations of it or anything like that. They don't owe it to us, even as the public watching this. Equally, Chris Hansen doesn't owe anything to me when I'm like, what the fuck, Chris, hurry up. Or neither does the FBI. I'm just saying, I think it's something we should all be discussing. I think we're just putting a lot of faith and just kind of sitting here like, yay, I hope something gets done, instead of pressure really being put on it. And yeah, based on what I've read, it looks like this is going to hinder the investigation. If you want me to be honest, Onision's defense lawyer can take those podcasts, take what was said in them, and try to twist words around. And I know Chris is a professional, and I know he was careful, and I know the girls were careful, but that doesn't mean anything, because he could get a really good defense lawyer. You don't know that. You don't know. Like, for all we know, this has turned into such a high-profile case now. There could be a defense lawyer out there that would just love to take this pro bono for him, just because it would be a hell of a lot of publicity. Unfortunately, Onision is a big name. I know it. When I try to like get those words out, like Onision is a big name, a well-known name. That's literally what I feel like when I'm trying to get this sentence out. But it's true, and that's the only thing too that, like, that's what I mean. I'm coming at this from like a more of a standpoint from, okay, if I was a defense lawyer, seriously, I would love some of that footage. I would be able to twist those words like fucking crazy, some of it. Like, so it just kind of worries me that we're putting that out there. It worries me that, you know, they did it. It worries me that this seems to be dragging on into a podcast series instead of an FBI investigation. I want an FBI investigation, and I want these people to be held accountable for all the stuff they've done. And I want their children to be saved from them, because, oh my God, I can't even imagine the emotional damage done to these children and the psychological damage done to these children with just the way that these two are, how they exist and then are with each other, and just everything. You know what I mean? So I just don't feel like we should just be waiting around and twiddling our thumbs when it comes to the kids. You don't need to build evidence. Unfortunately, maybe in some ways, because yes, there's cases where people do get their kids taken without evidence and it's not right. But that's what I mean. So when that happens all the time, you want me to actually believe that Chris Hansen and the FBI can't get CPS involved because they need more evidence? I can't believe that part. I understand that they may need to get the case together to actually charge them. But again, I feel like there's some things that are happening that are going to hinder it. And even on Onision's case, he's just blabbing all over the place. Don't worry, the prosecution is going to download every single video of his. If he is deleting videos, someone mentioned he's deleting videos in my comment section. If he is deleting videos, it's not going to do him a lot of good. Once you put something out there, it's out there, especially if you're Onision. People have downloaded your videos to react to them. They have them. People have disk drives of your content and the stuff you've put out in the world for this moment. because I feel like people have been praying for this moment for so long. And that's what worries me. And I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm a little scared that we've all been here like, please somebody help us and take him down. That when Chris Hansen came and was like, yes, I'll do it, we were all like, oh, thank God. And then we've put all of our faith and all of our trust in him, and we're not really judging anything that he's doing with it. And we're just kind of like, oh, he's got it. He's got it. But like, is there an investigation open? Like, what proof do we really have of it? I don't know. And the other things, like I said, things aren't adding up. Things are silly to me. There's some things I'm wondering about that just irks me. It irks me with this. That's really all I can say about it. So I'm going to end this live stream now because it's almost an hour long. I apologize. I'm a rambler. That's what you get with me, especially on a live stream. Because I don't cut live streams. I had someone say to me, why didn't you cut things out of your Tom Brooks live stream? So I'm going to answer that question. I'm not going to ever probably cut out things from my live streams, because eventually one day when I'm live streaming, people are going to be commenting on the live stream and it will be popping up. People will be donating to the live stream for their comments to pop up on it. And if I edit my live stream, how am I going to edit my live stream and then keep that part in there? Like, it would just have to be posted as is. And I wouldn't want to take those parts out. So I legitimately don't want to edit live streams. I want to just leave them as it is. I feel like live streaming is not making a video. Yeah, I'm going to edit my videos as best as I can. Are they perfect? No. I'm trying to get better. I'm learning. I'm new. I'm sorry. I'm trying though. Please bear with me. And give me tips. I love tips. I just found out what CC meant the other day. I just found out what that meant the other day on Reddit. So thank you for that. And here's the thing. Some people think that I'm like being offended or something. And I'm just sassy on there. I have to start learning how to do like the /s thing on Reddit, apparently. People just, yeah. I thought it was the place to be sassy and sarcastic, but apparently some people don't get that. So, I gotta like reel in my spade or something. So, basically, what I'm gonna do is gonna end this live stream. I'm gonna keep looking into Tom Brooks. I'm probably spending the weekend indulging in 90 Day Fiance, the one he was in. Yay! And I'm going to have my usual content Monday at 10 a.m. Probably a unique video, because that just sounds like fun to me. And then I'm gonna, this Friday, tomorrow, at 10 a.m. is my documentary series that is the manipulation of a Hunbot. So I do anti-MLM content where I joke and we throw spade and there's cartoons sometimes and we have a great time. And then I also have a documentary, like more serious, psychological, educational, deep dive into the psychology behind being manipulated into becoming an MLM Hunbot, working for lovely multi-level marketing. So be sure to check that out. Like I said, I try to bring something new to the platform because I feel like those of you that are going to watch me for my anti-MLM content, you're on the Reddit, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you see the posts. So I try to, spice it up, do some new things, make it as different as I can, put skits in and cartoons and whatever else to spice things up and make it so that, you guys enjoy watching and it's new instead of like just me reading Reddit slides or like sitting here and talking to the camera. I'm not trying to throw spade with that, but I feel like a lot of people do that, so I want to do something different. That's all. Sorry if that came out bad. It wasn't meant to. It's just, I'm just saying, I'm trying to be a little bit original here. I'm trying. And in doing so, I also have to work out some kinks. Yes, with videos and live streaming and etc. But bear with me, and we will all figure this out together. And yes, give me tips. I love tips. I really do. I like constructive criticism. Just like, don't call me names. That's all I ask. Be nice. Be a good person. Don't be like a hun bot. Alrighty. So I'm going to end this there. So look for the video for my series tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then my next video will be out Monday at 10 a.m. And then I probably am going to be live streaming at least twice throughout next week. And, you know, we'll just kind of see what happens. Probably some MLM stuff. We might, you know, look at some more websites together. Maybe I'll go through the It Works website because I did It Works and I hear they have some new stuff. So I want to check that out. We might do that on a live stream. That would be fun. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you to everybody that has. I feel like all of a sudden my algorithm picked up or something because it's just been like a subscriber. And I am really happy about that because what I want here is I want a community. Not just people that watch videos. I want comments. I want to talk to you. I want to do lives and I want to read your comments and be able to answer you back and have you guys talk to me. Like, I want you to feel like when you're watching me, like we're chilling in your living room. I feel like people come to YouTube more for that feel than like a video-esque movie style feel. And to be honest, YouTube's kind of lost that a little bit. So I really want to capture that here because it's important to me, especially the community part. And I appreciate all of you so much for being here. You don't even know. And I also want to say one more thing. The Foxhole here on YouTube tweeted me the other day and I cried. Because I was so honored that she knew that I existed. I don't know if she'll ever watch this, but holy crap, talk about having a moment where someone that you look up to a lot on the platform who really inspired you to be here actually recognizes you. Because to you, they're like real big and you're like a baby and you're just... It was a thing. I was very, very flattered and humbled and just, I was, oh my God, over the moon, happy. I felt special. You don't know what it means to me when I see my name tagged by someone like that and then it's like next to tags like MLM Busters or who else? MLM Police. People like that who I've been watching doing the anti-MLM thing here on these platforms for a long time, you know, all over social media for a long time, who I feel are people that I look up to in this community. It is insane to me that I am now being tagged by some and next to the names of them. And I just want to say... it means something to me. It does. I realize what it means. I don't know. Maybe, I'm sure they're watching this and they're like, I'm not that special. I don't know. They seem like humble, good people. But I do have to say, girls, it does. I feel like, yes. I don't know if I deserve to be there. But it makes me happy that people consider me there, especially because like a couple other people have like been like, check out Betting on Zero and The Foxhole and Queen of Spade. And I'm like, my name does not go next to The Foxhole and Betting on Zero or sounds like MLM but okay. I don't deserve this. I still don't think I deserve it. But I do have to say, with it happening, I cry. I cry when it happens. It makes me feel special. So don't stop. Just don't stop. So stay tuned for new videos. We're going to have a great time here. Channel's finally growing. Community's finally growing. Let's keep going. Let's keep throwing spade. I feel like I'm also reaching some people that maybe wouldn't normally have done anti-MLM. So maybe let's save some people out there from these companies and their families as well. Who knows? Who knows? It's goals. Goals of mine, right? Like I said, Q-Star Illuminati and all them saved me from MLMs. Watching them got me out. So if I could just pass that off to one more person, just one person in this world, if I could just save one person in this world with my videos, their family, it would be great. It'd be like mission accomplished. Awesome. Then I'd probably want to save 10 though, because that's just who I am. We would probably just keep going, but let's do it. So I gotta shut the fuck up now. I'm one of those people, I'm like, okay, I'm ending this, and then I blabble on for like 10 more minutes, and they're like, okay, like, are you shutting the fuck up? I'm like, turning this off now. So no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous day. Take care, and I will see you next week in another stream. I feel like this one worked out pretty okay, so hopefully I've figured out these kinks, guys. Again, thank you so much for bearing with me. I really do love you for it, and so much more. It means the world to me to have even 10 people subscribed here, so you don't even know how over the moon happy you have made this Spade Queen. So thank you.